there's rumors of Apple maybe buying or leasing part of Disney and its encyclopedia. Apple wants to be Disney. And I think it's like, I watched Hawkeye and I watched She-Hulk, so hold my beer. Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, this great opportunity for Apple to really broaden their audience, find new customers. And they've taken this show, it's sort of like the organization is set in the backdrop of their Godzilla, King Kong, etc. monsterverse franchise. And it's all this human drama, the organization, how it came to be with flashbacks and the characters that's suffering from like the fallout of the monsters actually existing and attacking. Now we're on episode 6. Bored out of my ever-loving mind. This is literally Disney Marvel, Star Wars Marvel level wasting of your time, of nothing happening. This episode could have been about 8 minutes long. And that is long. Yeah, I'm not even sure there's 8 minutes. I think that's just literally how long it took to get this. The level of stupid. Look. Okay. So the episode starts. I kid you not. 1 minute and 45 seconds of just the credits. Like, just so you know, that's this 145 is just the credits. Okay. Then we go through the flashback sequence of a 1955 dance. We've got Asian scientist lady, STEM lady, and young Kurt Russell, Wyatt Russell as Lee Shaw, the scientist, government guy. No, sorry, not the scientist, the government guy in charge of wrangling the scientists. And it's a ball, it's a dance. They're there to schmooze the big rig that are going to fund this and all this blah, blah, blah. And it literally goes on for, are you ready? They dance, everyone's watching them. 9:28, 10 minutes. Oh, they're cute. Look how sweet they are. Oh, they're going to go back to her room. We spend 10 minutes of this to just make her a slut. Because, remember the story, this is Bill Randa and her. This is John Goodman's character and his future wife that make the babies, that make the dude running the Monarch, the scientist guy, that is the dad of the two main characters in our time. So the entire premise of this episode is about Kurt Russell wanted to bang Bill Randa's wife and almost turning her into the slut to do so. Okay? Just put the pin in that stupidity. Because then we flash back and forth to our time where now, because of feels, Lady Muscle Boss, who was for Monarch, is now on Kurt Russell's side. So you end up with this little sequence. And I will say this, Kurt Russell makes this at least amusing at times because of how he refers to her condescendingly as something mademoiselle. He's like constantly making these. I wish he had made up different names or actually with like clever nicknames mocking her, because then at least these sequences would have been a little bit more time. This is all so tedious and boring of I'm on your side now. Let's go to Alaska. Here's the flashback again to the bar. That was interrupted, and now we're going to have the fact that they walk in, the fact that Bill Randa is discovering something's about to happen, and that goes on for a few minutes. We cut back and forth to them, and we have the whole Monarch thing about letting them go, where they're going to go, what they're going to be working on, because they're trying to trace down where everybody else went. And in the flashback, we suddenly have another rando scientist who has this machine that pretty much can bait the monsters out of hiding. So the machine itself, this MacGuffin machine, which out of the blue exists, as far as we've seen in Monsterverse, and maybe have I missed the fact that there were blueprints for this thing? Have I missed the fact that this information was passed on? I mean, we see it. We're going to see it again. This scene is interrupted because we have to have flashbacks back and forth to those two story arcs. And then in our time, we're just driving around, and this is them. He has to go see the Swede from Hell on Wheels, make the right decision, and you end up with the call. Here we go. So this is the other machine. Okay. So the dad, they find the dad. The dad has the machine. So, okay, let's piece everything together. We have to do the work for them. Actually, let me say this. The storytelling of flashing forward and flashing back is not the problem with the film. with the show. It's just that it's just a complete waste of our time. Everything just takes way too long. Dude in the back, in the past, made this device, lure some monsters. Flash forward to now, where Dad has completely disappeared, been out there in the middle of nowhere. Don't know why he needed to lead this secret life. I mean, I guess in theory, he's supposed to be fearful of Monarch finding him because he's going to lure the monster out. Now, I don't know what his strategy is of luring the monster out. Like, if he turns it, what was his plan? Talk to Godzilla? Lead Godzilla out to a, what, monster sanctuary somewhere? Let Godzilla. What is this? What is it? These smart people behave in such dumb ways. And what is the Kurt Russell plan of this scene? Like, oh, we see the guy. What could that possibly be? Oh, wait, it's the thing that you saw in the past. You met the dude who made the thing that makes the monsters show up. Right? So that's what all this is. Oh, this is the love affair, blah, blah, blah. The monster shows up. Okay? So Kurt Russell's character knows what the device is. It made Godzilla show up in the past. Because remember, they tried to set off a bomb and it didn't kill him. And my criticism was, and again, I still stand by it. Why did they not show that he lived? They thought he died. I guess because when he was standing there and it went off in its face, when they looked again, he just wasn't there. Is that pretty much what happened in that episode? Because we had no real understanding of why all the humans thought he was just vaporized, I guess. But he didn't vaporize. He's right here, which means Kurt Russell's character knew what the device in the future time is. It's going to lure the monster. So the moment he sees it, we know what's going to happen. It's not about, oh, he's waving me off. It's like, oh, crap, he has one of those ball things. The monster's coming. And that's pretty much what happens. Now, I don't understand exactly why we have Godzilla underground in the future. Like, why is he not in the ocean? This is terrestrial Gila monster version Godzilla. Like, this is... And this is where all the money is spent, is in this sequence. He just gets up. I love the fact that this is... The narcissism is so great for these people that it turns, and her line is, he looked at me. Oh my God, he looked at me. Godzilla looks at me. I think he likes me. Because he just gets up and walks away. He doesn't attack anyone. The destruction is very passive. So like the Monarch people are in a helicopter. So as he turns, he nicks the helicopter. Okay? Then we flash back again. A different group is running the organization now because he went back because he's got the hots for scientist lady. So he screwed the pooch on who's in charge of Monarch now. And then they all decide they're going to go their way. They're going to go their way. And there's a quick comment that the Monarch people in the helicopter, that they're dead. Now, we don't know they're dead. We're just told this. Like it quote happened off camera. There's no survivors. We didn't see them walk to a crash site. We didn't see the smoke, dead bodies, nothing. This is literally like Disney level waste of your time, because all it is, and then it's like, present time lady boss girls bickering over one selling the other one out, and then like being, I care about my dad, and it's like, and the brother is completely put on the shelf for most of this episode. The writer could care absolutely less about the brother. The brother, at one point where they're in the Jeep and they're all talking, he's like curled up sleeping in the back or something. Like he's like, he only exists because we made him exist in the beginning so we could try to have a reason for the scientists to have two different families and we could connect San Francisco with Japan. Like this is the story. He doesn't matter. We don't care. We don't care about any of these people. Kurt Russell's character is the only one that's remotely interesting. We every now and again have some side moments that are fine, and then we have stupidity that's drawn out over a long period of time. Disney Marvel, Disney Star Wars, that's what Apple wants. Apple evidently took what could be a decent idea and opportunities, and they drag it out, and I'm assuming that we'll get some interesting elements that might move forward. Maybe. And in the course of 10 episodes, we're going to have the same old story, an hour and a half to 2 hours of actual content that could have been good had it been squeezed into something and condensed into something that concise and that tight. But instead, we're going to have to deal with incompetent writers, incompetent storytellers, because guess what's up next? Yeah, that's right. The Mariko Tamaki episode. Yes, the I Am Not Starfire lady. She writes the next episode. So if you don't think that some really fun times coming next time, oh, wait for it. Wait for it. That's all I have for you this time. I am Pops. Take care, everybody.